The lights were lit. In all four corners of the kingdom, light began to spread. And so did life. More and more windows were coming to the kingdom. The windows weren't the only ones settling the walls of houses. There was something else. Some unfamiliar creatures to windows. Doors. Windows and doors shared the same wall, silently watching the humans live. There was peace on the walls. Until one moment. Dark clouds shadowed the kingdom, indicating evil. From that moment on to this day, hatred is between them. They looked at each other with rising contempt, wondering why did the humans put them on the same wall. In this kingdom, many years ago, a war between humans raged. The armies battled over the city, killing their prisoners by hanging them in the woods around the kingdom. The trees that stood witness of the violence forever carried in themselves the cruelty and the darkness of the human race. Even when those trees were transformed. From the moment they were built, windows and doors were aware of their function, which was the essence of their existence. Humans used doors to enter and exit buildings, and windows were used to deliver fresh air and daylight into the rooms. From the moment they became aware of each other, they knew they could easily be mistaken for the other. This knowledge nurtured their mutual hatred that over time caused evil to unfold. It started with a woman named Eve. Instead of her husband, she pleasured John, the local milkman. Returning home early from work, her husband knocked at the door. John grabbed his things in a rush and snuck out through the window. The doors were furious. News spread quickly throughout the kingdom of the Doors, all the way to their king. Offended to the core and guided by his wish to overpower the Windows, the King of Doors was determined.
Curse the Windows! Since when are those shameful holes used as a passage? This is the last time Windows have insulted our honor and our heritage. Prepare for war!
The king's message of war quickly reached all of the Doors.
The milkman! The milkman!
The Queen of the Windows found out about the king's plan and gathered her troops at once. And so it has begun. The war lasted 4 days, and the end of it could not be foreseen. The already grim reality became worse with each day. The endless wreckage and the stench of the sour milk were unbearable. There was no one to replace it. Although both doors and windows had more than enough of the bloodshed, They followed their leaders blindly. Casualties were many. When the Guardian of the Walls realized the damage inflicted on the walls, he demanded to meet with the King and the Queen immediately. They assembled unwillingly to negotiate a truce.
Whoever thought we could live side by side on the same walls a fool? How could they not realize that only doors serve their purpose? Doors alone should be on the walls. There is no need for windows.
Nonsense. It is known to all that our position above the floor has always been much worse. Were it not for us, the rooms would be dark, people depressed, not even willing to pass through you. Doors. There would be no more need for you.
No need for doors? Even when people were living in caves, they were passing through our ancestors. They weren't even using windows. Windows weren't even a mere crack in the wall.
You are ignorant, as the Cayman you take pride in. Of course, people evolved and realized they need us to bring light and fresh air into their homes. Therefore, you should be thankful and admit our superiority.
Superiority, please. Not even dwarves could pass through you.
Enough! Stop this madness. Your differences are an illusion. Your self-given purpose is false. There is a part of us, in each of us, a part which we could not be without, the essence that makes us what we are. You will stop this destruction. You will find a way. You will make peace.
On the Guardian's demand, a fragile truce has been declared. The fighting has ended, and the kingdom started to rebuild itself. Can these creatures, so alike, yet so different, share the same wall? I wonder.
Honey, leave the door open to get some fresh air in.